Hello student, in today's class we will discuss about ratio, proportion and partnership. Okay, now we will see first index. What we will discuss in today's class: ratio, proportion and partnership, types of ratio, property of proportion and property of partnership. Okay, next. There is a disclaimer. The image used in our slide deck are for educational purposes only. We respect the intellectual property rights of the original creator and owner of these images. If you are the owner of any of the images used in this deck and have any concern or issue, please contact us at sathi@iitk.ac.in and we shall remove the images. Thank you. Now, what is ratio? The comparison between two quantities in terms of magnitude is called ratio. Okay. For example, Rohit has 3 pen and Sumit has 4 pen. It means the ratio of number of pens between Rohit and Sumit is 3:4. It can be expressed as 3:4. Clear? So we can represent in 3:4 in that format. Clear? So the ratio of any two quantities can be expressed as x upon y or x ratio y. The numerator x is called antecedent and denominator y is called consequence. Clear? Next, some rules of ratio. Comparison between two quantity is meaningless if they are not of the same kind or the same unit of length, volume or currency. Clear? So we do not compare 5 boys and 7 buses or 15 meters and 3 cows. We cannot compare it. Clear? Therefore, to find the ratio of two quantities of the same kind, it is necessary to explain them in the same unit. That's why in ratio of any number, there will be no units. Clear? Next, types of ratio. First one is mixed ratio. Let x ratio y and m ratio n be two ratios, then m into x ratio n into y is called mixed ratio. Second one is duplicate ratio. The mixed ratio of two equal ratios is called duplicate ratio, as duplicate ratio of x ratio y will be x square ratio y square. Third one is subduplicate ratio. The square root of a certain ratio is called subduplicate ratio. What it means? It means if ratio has been given x ratio y, the subduplicate ratio should be under root x ratio under root y. Now, types of ratio. Triplicate ratio. What is triplicate ratio? The cube of a certain ratio is called triplicate ratio. So, if the ratio has been given 1 ratio b, we can write it a cube ratio b cube. This is called triplicate. Same way, fifth one is subtriplicate ratio. The cube root of a certain ratio is called subtriplicate ratio. If the ratio has been given a ratio b, then the subtriplicate ratio should be cube root of a ratio cube root of b. Clear? Sixth one is inverse ratio. The reciprocal of the quantity of ratio is called its inverse reciprocal ratio. Clear? So if ratio is given a ratio b, then its reciprocal or inverse ratio will be 1 by a ratio 1 by b. Now seventh one is compound ratio. Compound ratio of two or more ratios says a by b, comma c by d, comma e by f dash dash dash. So we can write it in the form of a multiplied by c multiplied by e upon b multiplied by d multiplied by f dash dash dash. What it means? Product of numerator upon product of denominator. Then it is called compound ratio. Clear? Next, property of ratio. The nature of ratio does not change when the numerator and denominator both are multiplied by the same quantity. What it means? If you have a number x upon y and we multiply by any constant k in numerator and denominator, then it has same value. Clear? It has same ratio. If you multiply by k, it becomes kx upon ky. If you multiply by l, lx plus l upon ly. So it doesn't change. It always be equal to x upon y. For example, 3 by 4, when we multiplied by 2, it will become 3 2 is 6, 4 2 is 8. When you solve it, you get 3 by 4. So in the same way, if we multiply 3, so we will get 3 3s are 9 and 3 4s are 12. When we solve it, we again get 3 by 4. So all these three are in same ratio. Next one, the value of a ratio does not change when the numerator and denominator both are divided by the same quantity. Okay, so if we have a ratio x upon y and we divide x by k, y by k, or x by L and y by L, they have the same ratio. Clear? For example, if we divide 3 by 4 ratio divided by 2, so 3 by 2 upon 4 by 2, which is 3 by 3 or 4 by 3. So we have the same ratio. Clear? Next one. In the property of ratio, the ratio of two fractions can be expressed in the ratio of integers. Clear? If we have fraction of ratio, what it means? It means if ratio has been given of these two fractions, x upon y upon u upon v. So how can we write it? X upon y multiplied by v upon u, and we can write it. For example, 2 by 5 divided by 3 by 5 is equals to 2 by 5 multiplied by 5 by 3, which is 2 by 3. Again we get the ratio. Clear? Same way, when two or more than two ratio are multiplied by with each other, then it is called compound ratio. Clear? So x upon y multiplied by u upon v multiplied by e upon f, then k by m is called compound ratio. Okay? For example, 2 by 3 multiplied by 4 by 5 multiplied by 6 by 7, which is become 16 upon 35, is a compound ratio of 2 by 3, 4 by 5 and 6 by 7. Property of proportion. If four quantities A, B and C and D form a proportion, many other proportion may be deduced by the property of fraction. Okay, these operations are, let's see, according to proportions law, if we say that two ratios are equal, then we can say that they are in same proportion. A upon B is equals to C upon D is called the proportion. Clear? So we can write it in the form of cross multiplication form. A multiply by D and B multiply by C, both are equal. Continued proportion or mean proportion is called when A by B equals to B by C. B is the mean proportion between A and C. So B is equals to A multiplied by C. Now again, these operations are some important result we can form from by the proportions law. So first formation is invertendo. Clear? Invertendo, it means if A by B equals to C by D. So we can say that B by A equals to D by C. Okay, invert कर दे, inverted है. So next one is second alternando. Clear? Alternando means if A by B is equals to C by D, then we can say that A by C is equals to B by D. Alternando. Clear? In componendo form, if A by B equals to C by D, then we can say that A plus B upon B is equals to C plus D by D. In the same way, in dividendo form, if A by B equals to C by D, then we can say that A minus B upon B is equals to C minus D by D. In again we can say that componendo and dividendo both can be performed on ratio. If A upon B equals to C upon D, then A plus B upon A minus B is always equals to C plus D upon C minus D. Clear? Next one. Some other properties of ratio concepts. If two numbers are in the ratio of A ratio B and the sum of these number is X, then these number will be AX upon A plus B and BX upon A plus B respectively. For example, two numbers are in the ratio 2:3. If the sum of these two numbers is 700, find the number. So, ratio of these two numbers is 2:3. Sum is 700. We use this formula to find the value of A and B. So, first number AX upon A plus B, which what it means? A is equals to 2. So, 2 multiplied by 700 upon 2 plus 5, which is 280. Next, second number Bx upon A plus B. So B is 3 multiplied by 700 upon 2 plus 3, which is 420. When we sum up, we get 700. Clear? Next one. Now we will see some formula based examples. Okay. First example is A ratio B has been given 3:4 and B ratio C is given 2:5 and find A ratio B ratio C. So A ratio B is 3:4, B ratio C 2:5. So how can we find the ABC? First we equate the B. Clear? So 3:2 ratio, 4:2 ratio, 4:5. We get 6:8:20. But in ratio, we always remember that ratio will be in simplified form. So we divide these all three number by the greatest common divisor of all these three number, which is 2. So we get 3:4:10. So A ratio B ratio C will be 3:4:10. Next example is A ratio B equals to 1:2. B ratio C given 3:2 and C ratio D given is 1:3 and find A ratio B ratio C ratio D. Now by the same formation 1 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 1 ratio 2 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 1 for B, and for C 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 1, and for D 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 3. So we get A ratio B ratio C ratio D is 3:6:4:12 and their GCD is 1. GCD means greatest common divisor. All the four numbers only divisible by 1, none of the other any number. Okay. So next one, definition of partnership. Okay. Now first one is simple partnership. What it means? Simple partnership: if all the partners invested different capital for the same time and same period of time of the same capital of different time period. Okay. So this is called simple partnership. Now next one is compound partnership. If all the partner invested different capital for the different time period. Clear? So this is called compound partnership. Next one, active partnership. Active partners are those partner invest money as well as take part in business actively for which he paid a salary for the profit from the profit. Next one is sleeping partner, who only invest money and does not take part in business activities. Okay. So there is a difference between active and sleeping partners. Next one, concept. If a group of n person invested different amount of different for different period, then their profit in the ratio is A T1 ratio B T2 C T3 ratio D T4 and that dash ratio X Tn. Here the first person invested amount A for T1 period, second person invested amount B for T2 period and so on. For example, A start a business with 2000 rupees. B join him after 3 months with rupees 4000. C put a sum of 10,000 in the business for 2 months only. At the end of the year, the business gave a profit of 5600. How should the profit be divided among them? According to this concept, first we make the A1, A and T1. So A invested 2000. It is given in the question for 12 months. Clear? B invested 4000 for 9 months and C invested 10,000 for 2 months. When you solve it, you get it 0, 0 or bisected. So ratio will become 6:9:5. So now total amount will become 6 plus 9 plus 5, which is 20. Now then A share is 5600 upon 20 multiplied by 6, which is 1680. B's share will be 5600 divided by 20 multiplied by 9, which is 2520, and C's share should be 5600 divided by 20 and multiplied by 5, which is 1400. Okay. Next one. If the investment are in the ratio of A, B and C and the timing of their investment in the ratio of X, Y, Z, then the ratio of their profit are in the ratio of AX ratio by ratio CZ. For example, ABC invested capital in ratio 2 ratio 3 ratio 5. The timing of their investment being in the ratio 4 ratio 5 ratio 6. In what ratio would their profit be distributed? Okay, so we see the solution. We should know that if the duration of their investment be the ratio of X ratio Y ratio Z and the investment is in the ratio A ratio B ratio C, then the profit would be distributed in the form of AX ratio BY ratio CZ. Thus, following the same rule, the required ratio should be 2 multiplied by 4 ratio 3 multiplied by 5 ratio 5 multiplied by 6, which is 8 ratio 15 ratio 30. Clear? Next one. Concept 3. If investment are in the ratio A ratio B ratio C and profit in the ratio PQR, then the ratio of time is P by A ratio Q by B ratio R by C. For example, ABC invested capital in ratio 5 ratio 6 ratio 8. At the end of the business term, they receive profit in the ratio 5 ratio 3 ratio 12. Find the ratio of time for which they contributed their capital. So we use this concept by using the formula. Formula says that capital profit ratio, okay, investment is A ratio B and profit ratio is PQR. So profit should be divided by investment and make the ratio. So profit is 5 divided by the capital ratio, profit is 3 divided by the capital. In the same way, profit divided by the capital. So the ratio will become 2 ratio 1 ratio 3, which is the time ratio of investment. Clear? Next one. Now summarize our today's lecture. First one is ratio. A ratio is a comparison between two quantities showing how many times one value contain or it contained within the other. It expressed as A ratio B or A upon B. In the same way, proportion refers to an equation that states two ratios are equal, expressed as A upon B equals to C by D. It helps in solving problem involving relationship between quantities. Clear? Same way, partnership. In a business context, partnership refers to an arrangement where two or more individuals share the profit and losses of a business. The ratio of investment of profit sharing can be determined using ratio and proportion. Thank you.